My name is Emily Davenport, and I'm an Assistant Director with the National Institute for Fitness and Sport, otherwise known as NIFS, and we provide fitness management services to active aging communities across the country. And I support our clients and staff in developing unique programs to engage residents in fitness and wellness offerings. So with that being said, I would like to introduce Kimberly Swift as our speaker for today's webinar. Kimberly is our fitness manager at a CCRC in Towson, Maryland, and she is going to share with you a variety of ways in which the fitness program and dining services departments can collaborate for resident wellness. Kimberly?
Well, hi, everybody. Thanks for joining me today. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about dining services and fitness and how that's going to be a recipe for success at your community. So let's dig in and learn a little bit more about collaboration between dining services and fitness. Okay, so today we're going to be cooking up a connection. So why is it beneficial to you to partner with dining services? Well, one of the simplest answers that I could come up with is that dining services reaches the largest audience in any community. Every facility should have a dining services department, some place where residents go to eat or get carry-out, and those individuals are enrolled in some sort of a dining plan, and they're going to be taking advantage of those dining plans and using the dining services department. Probably about 99% of the residents on a daily basis are getting in touch with dining services, whether it's eating the food, calling them to place a carry-out order. So certainly you have a captive audience by collaborating with dining services. Also think about healthy lifestyles. We're going to begin with a healthy diet. So this is a great way for you to educate residents about the importance of a healthy diet, a well-balanced diet. Try to think about ways that you can incorporate a healthy diet or healthy menu into your monthly programming, and encourage your dining services department to think about healthy alternatives. Food is also a great equalizer, so everyone can relate to food regardless of their fitness levels. So one of the things that you might hear quite frequently is maybe your exercise classes aren't quite right for everybody, or people are a little nervous to come down to the exercise room, especially if they're not experienced with exercising. But that shouldn't be a deterrent to participate in your programming. So offering food in conjunction with your programming is a great way to get those individuals you might never see or never meet to come to some of your special programming. And offering food in conjunction with programming always, and I mean always, increases participation, even if it's just tea and cookies. So try to be a little bit more creative to get those folks to come out and enjoy what you have to offer. So one of the more successful things that we did last year is we did an interactive food demonstration. So this is a great way to get residents to participate in whatever program you are offering. I'm a big fan of interactive programming and getting residents to participate in some way, shape, or form in what you're going to be offering. So what we did is I collaborated with our executive chef at our facility to figure out what sort of item could we have the residents create themselves at the table and enjoy that particular item. We wanted to pick something that was healthy. We also wanted to pick something that might be interesting and different, something that they might not experience on a regular basis. So we chose to create a Vietnamese spring roll. So if you're not familiar with what a Vietnamese spring roll is, it's an uncooked egg roll per se. So it's very healthy. You use in rice paper. We had some shredded carrot, shredded snap of cabbage. We used some cucumber and also grilled shrimp, as well as some rice noodles. And we wrapped all that up in our rice paper and created these little mini egg rolls. They're easy to eat, very palatable. And the other thing that was really neat is that it's gluten-free. And so if we're trying to introduce gluten-free as an option, this is a great gluten-free item. So, and the other thing that I thought was wonderful was that we were able to allow the executive chef to really show their talent. A lot of times at your community, the executive chef might sort of fall behind the wayside, and you might not notice what he's doing or she is doing. But certainly they have a huge role to play in their facility, and this is a great way to get the executive chef in front of the residents and allow him or her to share their talent. And then the residents were really able to enjoy their handiwork. We had a lot of folks come. We had lots of residents come who don't participate in exercise because they were very interested in what this interactive food demonstration was. So part of collaborating with dining services is that you are endorsing health, and they are endorsing health. So they see this as a partnership. Food demonstrations are a great way to show this partnership, and they're also low cost. So they allow you to create a direct connection between dining services and residents. It also is a great way to encourage social wellness. So residents are going to be sitting at tables. They're going to be talking about what they're offering. We're going to be talking about what they're going to be eating, how fun it was to make that, or how messy it was to make something. And it certainly allows for some laughter and sharing and fun between the residents. You can also use a food demonstration to introduce a new menu option to the residents. So, for instance, a Vietnamese spring roll. That might not be something that is offered on your menu all the time. This is the meat and potatoes generation. So allowing residents to try something, a more ethnic type food or something that is an up-and-coming food is a food demonstration is a great way to allow them to do that. And then, again, it showcases your executive chef and dining services staff and their special talents. So it allows them to get in front of the residents and puts a face to a name, so to speak. So another successful offering that we have was during the month of March, we did a do-it-yourself oatmeal bar. So oatmeal is really inexpensive. It doesn't cost a lot. It's pretty easy. You just put it in a big container, maybe some sort of a crock pot where it stays nice and warm. And then we provided a lot of different healthy toppings for the residents. So we highlighted the importance of eating a healthy, nutritious breakfast. We offered handouts to the residents that told them about the importance of eating breakfast. And we offered lots of toppings such as raisins, nuts, natural sugars such as maple sugar and honey, dried fruit, and of course oatmeal. And then I put together some really fun recipes for the residents to try. Nuts About You, cranberry crunch. So they could try to make their own different oatmeal offerings and enjoy that. And again, this is social wellness. We're trying to promote residents sitting with each other, enjoying breakfast together instead of having breakfast in their apartments on their own. So I use this to send a message. I send a message to the residents about the benefits of breakfast. Why is it important to eat breakfast every morning? And a lot of people skip breakfast, and that can be a huge detriment to starting your day on a healthy foot. So during the month of March, we offered this oatmeal bar every Friday morning. After the first week, we had a 20% increase in Friday morning class participation. Why did that happen? Well, because I was standing in there encouraging the residents to try these different oatmeal options, and then after they had their oatmeal, I told them, hey, well, you had this great breakfast. Why don't you come and join me for a great exercise class? And it was a great way to really get some new residents into the classes and allow them to enjoy exercise in the morning after they've had a wonderful breakfast. Some other things that we offered is we did some fresh fruit smoothies. We did a veggie happy hour with hummus. We also did Balance Your Plate with Color, and that was in conjunction with our Balance Challenge program. So we introduced these 3 new unhealthy options to the residents in a collaborative program. So the fruit smoothies, I would say, hands down, that was the most popular program that I offered last year. And I had residents, after that program, continually ask me, when are we going to do the Smoothie Bar again? This generation of individuals, they might not be familiar with something like a smoothie. They don't quite know what it is, and this is a great way to introduce the smoothies to the residents. And we served over 200 residents in 4 1-hour, just 1-hour events. It was quite hectic, but a lot of fun. But one of the great things about smoothies is that it helps to keep you hydrated. So the high water content in fruit makes smoothies a great way to get hydrated. And we think about dehydration in the summer primarily, but for older individuals, this is an issue that could certainly lead to some very serious health complications year-round. And it can be a silent killer in the senior population. So we were encouraging good hydration habits. We stressed the importance of hydration in the program. So I told residents how hydrated they need to be, how much water they need to drink, but then also the hydration benefits of a smoothie. Quite a few residents enjoyed the smoothies so much that they went out and purchased their own blenders. They came down and shared that with me, asked me for recipes to make their own smoothies, and they continued to enjoy them throughout the year. Some even tried some more adventurous additions to their smoothies, including kale, spinach, and protein powder to to boost the nutritional benefits. And that's something that I encourage them to do. I myself enjoy smoothies, especially with kale and spinach and protein powder. It's a great way to start your day. And they were surprised to see how wonderful it could taste for them. Another option that you could think about offering is doing a fruit and veggie happy hour. So happy hours are probably something that you might be offering at your community already. And this is a kind of a twist on a happy hour. So we encourage residents to come down. We offered this in quite a stunning display. I went and found a large martini glass to display the fruits or the vegetables. Like an open house. So we had residents walk through the exercise room. They could see the equipment, and then they ended up on the other side where we are offering our veggie happy hour, and they enjoyed trying all the different styles of carrots. We had yellow carrots, purple carrots, and your regular orange carrots, as well as cucumber, fresh broccoli, fresh cauliflower, asparagus, and red peppers. And we also included hummus, and that was something that was new to an awful lot of residents. They had never tried hummus before. And so by standing there and explaining what hummus was and encouraging them to try it, many of the residents tried the hummus and really enjoyed it and asked for the recipe afterwards. So as I had mentioned before, we also offered balanced nutrition, a perfect pair. The balance is a key concern in the aging population. Our balance challenge that we offer at all of our NIFS communities is certainly quite a popular program. Residents are always asking about what they can do to improve their balance, but we oftentimes don't think about how diet can influence balance as well. So we allowed residents to try a lot of colorful choices and having a balanced plate. You also can think about offering these things in conjunction with something like National Nutrition Month, which comes up every March. So we offer things like salsa and guacamole with whole grain chips, spinach hummus with fresh raw veggies, and blue fruit smoothies. So we had something sweet, something savory, but everything is low-fat, delicious, and healthy. And we had over 60 residents attend this program, and I certainly can attribute that to offering food with the program. So if you want to boost your bottom line, boost it with food. After each major event, we saw huge increases in participation in both group exercise and usage of the fitness center. On average, we increased participation by 12% in group exercise classes and gained an average of 4 new members in the month following a healthy food event or campaign. That might seem like small potatoes to you, but in a retirement community, every new resident that you can get to come down and exercise is a huge benefit to the community at large. You want to choose food options that are cost-effective, easy to prepare, and are easy to handle. Doing something like pasta with sauce might be a little messy and certainly wouldn't be as fun as something like a Vietnamese spring roll. Add costs to your monthly or yearly budget accordingly. For example, a smoothie bar may cost you between $30 and $40 each time you offer it. It's fairly low cost, but that cost adds up. So talk to your dining services director to find out how much you should budget for your event. We should be able to give you an estimate on how much your particular option might cost. But again, think of things that aren't very expensive at the grocery store. If they're not very expensive at the grocery store, they probably won't be very expensive when you get them through your dining services department. Use your food choice to highlight or complement your particular program or event. So if you're offering a program on balance, think about doing something about balanced plates or balanced nutrition. If you just offer tea and cookies, it doesn't have an awful lot to do with your program. So be a little creative when you're offering food in conjunction with your program or event. So that's it for today. Thank you for joining me.
Yes, and thank you for participating in our webinar. If you are interested in more information, please visit NIFS website at www.nifs.org. Thank you again.